It's that time of the week again where we get to sit down, have a little chit chat. I'm your girls, Winston with Similane, and welcome once again to my YouTube channel. Yes! So I didn't post the video last week. Reason: I'm going to blame this on something I shouldn't really be blaming it on, but it is part of why I didn't post a video. This whole coronavirus thing, the country being on lockdown and all of that. So I was at a bit of a scramble for the past week or so because the twins are not with me. They're with their father. They were supposed to be with their dad for the 1 week of school holidays, but then the lockdown happened and they were there and I was here, and it was just a whole bunch of stuff trying to make sure that they're okay where they are and I'm going to be okay here at home, and everybody here at home as well is going to be fine. So yeah, it was a bit of that, and well, to be honest, it was also a bit of laziness. Yeah, I was just a tad bit lazy to sit down in front of the camera and do a video. That's not your guys' problem, okay? You're here for today's video, and today I'm talking about why being and today I'm talking about why being single is awesome. I've done a video about why it sucks to be single. Like with everything, there's a good, which is today's video, and there's a bad, which is the video that I'll link in the description box down below. So yeah, the good things about being single. I live close to a farm, so if you happen to hear trucks moving about in the background of my video, it's because for some reason the farm is busier than what they usually are. So if you hear the truck, look, there's nothing I can do about it. I live close to a farm. If you've been single for a long time, like myself, you actually have no choice but to find reasons why being single is great. And if you're new to the single world, welcome. Sit down, join us. I'm going to tell you why being single is awesome. This is in no particular order. These are just things that I have found that are great for me, and they might be great for you too, with this period in my life where I don't have a bae. So, in no particular order. Number one. So, the first reason, and I think this is the most important one, being single gives you the opportunity to heal. Now, we have a tendency of jumping in and out of relationships without giving ourselves the opportunity to just heal from what broke us in the relationship that we were in. Now, you might have been cheated on, you might have been lied to, or the relationship might have just not worked for whatever reason that the relationship didn't work for. And that hurts. It gives you, for lack of a better description, I'm going to say a scar. It gives you some kind of wounding in your heart. I know the relationship that I was in, when it ended, I was torn, I was hurt. And it wasn't because he cheated or I cheated, but the relationship simply wasn't working. And because of that, I needed to give myself the opportunity to heal. Not an easy thing to do. But the great thing about this period about being single is that you give yourself the opportunity to take care of that wound, to let that wound heal, to stitch it up if it needs to be stitched up. And more importantly, once you have healed, you will not bleed on the next person that you're going to be in a relationship with. The reason why so many of us are hurt, so many of us are in these relationships that don't really benefit us with anything is because we're busy bleeding on other people that we shouldn't be bleeding on. We're bleeding on people that didn't cut us. We're bleeding on people that didn't hurt us. We're hurting people that didn't hurt us because we never give ourselves the opportunity to sit down with ourselves and heal. So being single gives you that opportunity to heal. This second one is a bit of a struggle if you are like myself and are a people's person. But being single gives you the opportunity to learn to enjoy your own company. Now, this is tricky because being in your own company means that you need to actually be friends with yourself. What I've found with the talks I've had with my friends and people around me is that a lot of us don't really know you. Like a lot, like, let me put it this way. A lot of, my name is Swansiwe. A lot of people don't know who Swansiwe is. When I say it like that, it sounds like other people don't know who I am, but let me put it in another way. Swansiwe doesn't know who Swansiwe is because I've never really sat down and, you know, been in my own company. I've never really sat down and had conversations with myself. A lot of us don't do that. A lot of us don't take that opportunity to just be on our own, to just enjoy the time that we have that is not necessarily attached to somebody else. I know a lot of people, once they're single, they want to go out with friends, they want to do this, they want to do that, but every now and then, even in the time of being single, even in a relationship actually, you need to take time out to just be on your own, to just be you and do what you like doing for a change. Being single gives you a lot of that time to learn how to enjoy your own company. Number 3, and this is also vital, you get to figure out what you want in life. Being in a relationship makes you always have to think about the next person. I mean, being a mom makes you have to think about the next person, but we're not talking about that today. But being in a relationship makes you think that if I'm dating Sbusiso, I need to figure out what Sbusiso wants in life. Does what Sbusiso wants in life match with what I want in life? Okay, I must change my goals and my perception and this and that so that it matches with what's... Being single gives you the opportunity to figure out what you want. Being single has given me the opportunity to figure out what I want for my life without having to think about the next person, without having to consider what somebody else wants for their life. And it's great because you then come out of the period of being single knowing what it is that you want, knowing what it is that you're not willing to compromise on. And I don't get why that would not be great. So being single gives you this opportunity to figure out what it is you want in life. And you get to jump and hop and skip and do different things and try out different things while you are figuring out what you want, without somebody else telling you that this is not working for the betterment of this relationship. Or whatever it is that people say to try to stop you from figuring out what it is that you want in your life. Now, this is also very important. Free time. Your schedule clears up drastically when you're single. Because you understand, ever since I've been single, my life literally has been my kids. The businesses that I'm doing, and my friends here and there. But that's it. I've got nothing else to occupy my time besides myself and my children and the stuff that I'm doing. So it frees up my time. You get time to read books, you get time to do this, do that, do the other thing, have fun. You know, it's time. It's just, you can do whatever you want to do with this time. Because you don't have somebody calling you saying, oh, so babe, what you doing today? None of that. All of that time that you were spending cuddling and kissing and all the things that coupley people do, freed up time. You get to do what you want to do. Now, when I say this with a whole lot of caution, because there is a very gray area between flirting with someone and stringing people along. Those are two completely different things. The stringing people along is a conversation for another day, but let's talk about the flirting today. You get to flirt with whoever you want. Whoever you want to flirt with. If they stop you at the street, I'm like, hey babe, can I have your number? You're like, oh, here you go, take my number. And they stop you at a restaurant, baby, can I take you out? Girls, look here, you get to flirt with whoever you want. You get to enjoy those free meals. Because the flirting, then you get to be asked out on a date, which equals a free meal. I personally love free meals. So you get to flirt with whoever you like, and you get to have fun with whomever you like, because you're not thinking about a Joe or a Spusiso or a whoever that will not like you having 6 people texting you at the same time. So you get to do that. You get to just flirt, and you get to be, yeah, I'm looking for a more tantalizing word than flirt that I can't think of. But you get to flirt with whoever you like, and you get to figure out people without the pressure of you being in a relationship with them. You just get to figure them out, and you get to hang out with them and have fun. What about that isn't great? Flirt, free meals, look, I'm sold. Might be single forever. This is also the most important. You get to figure out who you are. When you're in a relationship, the one thing, and I know we do this as women a lot, is that when you're in a relationship, you adapt yourself to suit the relationship. And sometimes to the detriment of who you are as a person. It sometimes doesn't benefit you in any way, because you chop and change yourself so much to suit this relationship that you end up forgetting who you are. This time that you're single in gives you the opportunity to sit down and figure out who you are. Figure out what makes you be the person that you are. What makes you smile? What makes you happy? What makes you sad? Figure out who you are. Figure out who you are without somebody else. Because we get so caught up, and I'm talking about this from a girl's point of view, we get so caught up in the guy and what he likes and that we forget who we are. And being single gives you that opportunity to sit down and figure those things out, and want to know more about you, want to know more about what you're willing to tolerate and what you're not willing to tolerate, which is very important, because I know now that there are things that when I step into a relationship with the guy and those things happen, I'm out. It's not even one of those, no, he'll change, you know, he'll be, no. If that happens in a relationship, I know that this is not for me. Even in flirting, you get to find those things out when you're flirting with the person, and a person does or says something, you know that, yeah, this is not gonna work. This is no. This is not gonna work. And I don't think I would have been able to do that if I hadn't been single for as long as I've been single for. If I hadn't taken the time in being single to figure myself out. Because yes, you might be single, but you're sitting there and you're not putting in the work that is necessary for you to rediscover and find out who it is that you are. So I hope this video will let you know that being single has brilliant perks, and more than anything, being single gives you the opportunity to figure out who you are in yourself without the next person. So that's it for today. Remember, I love you, but most importantly, let me do that again. But remember, I love you, and most importantly, God loves you, and mwah, 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 mwah. I'll see you again soon.